Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, a great millstone. Shalom, mercy, and safety to all of the Akim on the highways and byways, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. All right, my name is Rawai, and I'm back with another quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. Give me 1 sec, Salaki. All right, so wanted to bring out this article real quick. We are doing what we're supposed to do through the Spirit. We're watching. All right, we're watching things unfold on all levels, but right now watching this government shutdown and things that are happening, the talks about it opening, the talks about it staying closed, the whole snap debacle. The courts are telling Trump to do one thing, he's doing another. It's back and forth. It's a lot of back and forth. But the point I want to make, what I want to go to in this lesson is that Esau, Edom, this devil is up to something. Okay, the so-called white man and his power structure, they're definitely up to something, and that's why we're seeing the shutdown. Straight up, it's not just for nothing. It's more than just the Democrats and Republicans not getting along. It's more than that. Okay, there's evil agendas and a lot of evil, wicked shit happening behind the scenes, and they are planning things. All right, they're planning more deception. They're planning to basically come down with great wrath on the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, there's a lot of ways they can do it. This article here is talking about, which is sort of breaking news. They're taking senators take first step toward reopening the government after historic shutdown. So there's talk of the government opening back up. So like federal workers being paid, people being paid, and things go back to so-called normal. But things are too far gone, and we understand that. Let me read this real quick. Senators take first step toward reopening the government after historic shutdown. The 40 days is the most in history. It says a bipartisan group of Senate Democrats and Republicans reached a deal to reopen the government after the longest shutdown in U.S. history, voting on the first procedural step on the measure. All right. What's important to note is how we who follow Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is how we are to govern ourselves and how we are to be. All right. During these times, we ought to be on point. We got to stay on point. We got to stay diligent. All right, and be circumspect, because we know there's evil and wicked plans behind this stuff. We ain't gonna get caught off guard. We're not gonna, the government so-called opens back up. We're not gonna fall asleep. We're not gonna say, oh, it doesn't happen and we're good. No. All right. So there's a way that we need to be in the spirit, and I got a couple of precepts, but let me finish reading this. The agreement would fund the government through January 30th. All right, so then it'll be they'll be back at the table again, trying to figure out an agreement. It says, and include full year funding for a trio of appropriation bills, full funding of the SNAP program through September 2026, or the end of the fiscal year. All right, let's see. It marks the first but crucial step toward passing the measure in the Senate. It's the point I wanted to get to. Once the bill cleared the 60 votes needed to overcome a filibuster, any remaining Senate votes need just a simple majority. However, the legislation still needs to pass the House before the shutdown would end, enabling air traffic controllers and other federal workers to get paid and federal food benefits to resume, among other things. Now, I wanted to bring out that point because the back and forth that we've seen, definitely with SNAP, is absolutely wild. A lot of wild back and forth. And you never know how this is going to play out. All right, we got a couple hours. We could wake up in a couple hours and see, all right, it's like the government's open. Or they could still drag that shit, man. So, I just wanted to bring that out. But nonetheless, let me bring out these precepts because there's a way, again, we need to be in these times, not falling asleep, not being too overly excited, just being balanced. It's important. I'm going to just read it. This is Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay? Put on the whole armor. Okay, because we don't know what this man is up to, but we know he's up to no good. All right? So if you have the whole armor, Yahweh Shema Shai, you have the understanding, all right? Then you understand it's all a big ploy and play, And there's a lot of shit going down behind the scenes. So we ought to put on the whole armor. We got to be girded with the truth. We got to be walking in the spirit. All right? So we may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right? Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Okay? So they are behind the scenes, all right? Doing a lot of wickedness, okay? They do it all the time, right? That's what Esau does. He's got a witch spirit, all right? It says, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. That's Esau, Edom, the elites. Okay? Against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right? So we have to be in a certain mindset. Okay? We have to be strapped with the whole armor. Because this man is doing shit. And we know the digi ID is upon us. Okay? I just see something where DJ Trump might be sending out 2 band checks to everybody who, who's in a certain income bracket. All right? The confusion is wild, man. All right? That's why we ought to stay on point. We have to be on point, man. Here it is. It was just the past couple weeks. The talk was no SNAP. People starving, food, hungry, right? And Trump turned right around and say, I'm going to give everybody 2 bands. Like, it's just, you can't take this shit too out of pocket, man. You got to stay in the pocket with all of this information. Report on it. And let it do what it do, all right? Yeah, let me see. Let me get this. It says, Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Let me read that again. Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly. All right? You have to be on point. You got to watch your surroundings. You got to watch things that are happening. You have to watch these things through the spirit. Okay? It says, see then that ye walk circumspectly. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Okay? We got to be wise in these times, man. These devils ain't slick. They're not low. All right? They're a bunch of greedy, power hungry, twisted people. All right? So we got to walk circumspectly, man. There's fools out here. We ain't them. All right? So, like I said in the beginning of the lesson, there's a way we ought to be in these times to come. Let me get this. This is Luke 21 and 36. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So there's a lot of things that Esau Edom is working on and planning on behind the scenes. All right? That's why we ought to watch and pray and stay on point. You know, get these updates when they come in. Get them, share them. You know, talk about them, because the prophecies are coming to pass. All right? No doubt about it. Luke 21 and 36 again. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be able to be accounted worthy. It says that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And that's the times that we're in, man. All right? Watch, brothers. The government shut down, the snaps, all of this stuff. They're planning something. And we ought to be on point. And that's what this lesson is really about. Because you get caught. If not, you get caught off guard. All right? Let me see. This is Matthew 24 and 42. It says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. All right? We don't know when the Lord is returning, but the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is and has been given us signs. It says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. All right? So don't get caught out there. All right? Don't get caught out there. All right? Because people are going to get caught out there. And don't let it be you. We ought to be on our watch. All right? You know the scriptures say, what's that, 2 Corinthians? It says, let me just get it. Classic scripture. Okay. Let me get it over here. Salakia, give me a sec, bear with me. Okay. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? All of the trickery, the schemes of Esau, Edom, this goddamn devil, we're not ignorant. We're on point. Your skirt has been pulled up. You know, we ain't, you know, all the little bullshit that you give the world. The men of the Lord, we don't buy it. All right? The hopeful elect, we don't buy it. Let's see. yeah, man, that's really it. That's really all I got. Just a quick quick warning, quick warning for the flock, quick warning for myself as we continue to watch prophecy unfold. Okay. This is breaking news. They're talking about reopening the government after historic after historic shutdown. All right. So we'll see what happens. If it ain't one thing, it's bound to be another. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Bakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders, the great millstone. Shalom, mercy, and safety to all of the Akim on the highways and byways, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. All right. Yahweh is the name of our power. Okay. Yahweh Shai is his only begotten son. Okay. Yahweh, the Most High God. Okay. His only begotten son name is Yahweh Shai. Those are the names you call on right now. And in that dreadful day, because the time's approaching, the end is approaching. And we're close. Shalom. Stay on point out there, man. Pray. Gotta pray more. All right. Shalom.